Hey guys, in this video, let's connect to Azure Cache for Redis from our C# code. So guys, we have already created Azure Cache for Redis. So if you go to Azure portal, so guys, this is our Azure Cache for Redis and two important things. First, under settings, if I click on authentication and if I click on access keys, so you can see we have enabled access keys. Okay, and again on the left hand side, let's go down. Let's click on this private endpoint, and guys, you can see there is no private endpoint created. And if you remember, when we created this Azure Cache for Redis, we enabled the access from public network. Now in this video, we will create ASP.NET Core Web API project to connect to this cache. So basically, let's assume we have API which returns the list of our application administrators. So first, we will fetch this list of app admins from SQL database for the first time only. So of course, we will return this list from our API, but at the same time, we will add this list in Redis cache. So now next time onwards, whenever someone asks for this list of admins, we will simply fetch it and return it from Redis cache. Now guys, in this video, let's keep it simple. We will not actually connect to Now guys, in this video, let's keep it simple. We will not actually connect to SQL DB. Instead, we will return a hard-coded list for the first time. Okay. So again, we have to assume that the hard-coded list which we are returning, that we have obtained from SQL DB. Now guys, this is the last point and it is the most important point. Ideally, when this list of admin changes, that is when the data in database changes, we should also update the cache as well. Or the better is we can simply delete this record from cache. So for example, let's say a new admin is added. That means we will add that new record of admin in SQL database, correct? So at that time, we can simply delete this list of admin record from cache. So that means whenever someone requests for this list of admins, obviously that record, it won't be there in the cache. So for the first time, that is in this case, that record, it will be fetched from the database. And of course, in database, we have the correct record, that is we have the latest record. And so the correct list of admins will be returned. So now guys, we are in Visual Studio and we are creating a new project. So let's say ASP.NET Core Web API. I will say next. Let's give name. So I will say our first Redis cache demo. Next. Let's unselect this HTTPS. And here let's say create. Now guys, our project is ready. Now guys, in the interest of the time, I will pause this video and I will add that simple API which returns the hard-coded list of application admins. But again, we will assume that that list of application admins, it is returned from SQL DB. So I will pause my video. Okay, so I have added this code and it has this API, that is admin/get app admin list. And if you see, this returns the list of application admins, and we get this list of application admins through this method, that is get app admins. And here you can see we are assuming that this list, it is fetched from the SQL database. Okay, so again, this is simple and straightforward code which returns the hard-coded list of app admins. And now let's run this project. So here I will say refresh, and yes, it works and we get the list of app admins. But guys, again, when someone requests for this list of admins, every time we will go to the database and we will fetch that list from the database. And again, such database operations, they are costly and they are time consuming. And so now we want to use Azure Cache for Redis. And now let's do that. So the first thing, let's install the required NuGet package. So right click on this project, let's stop the execution. Now right click on this project, manage NuGet packages, and we have to install this package, that is microsoft.extensions.caching.stack exchange redis. So let's install this, and of course guys, I will share this package name, and I will also share this code as well. So here let's say install, accept. So now guys, of course we want to use Azure cache for Redis, and to connect to it we need the connection string. So let's go to the Azure portal, and here let's say authentication, access keys, and let's copy this primary connection string. Let's copy it, and now let's add it in app settings file. So let's open app settings, and here I will say connection strings, we'll say my Redis connection string, and let's provide the value. But guys, that's not the only thing, right? We have to configure Azure cache for Redis in our project, right? So let's go to this program.cs file, and here I will say builder.services.add stack exchange Redis cache. So basically here we are configuring Azure cache for Redis to use it in our application. And as you can guess here, that is under get connection string, you have to provide the connection string, and then instance name, here we have to provide the instance name. So connection string, let's get the key name. So I'll go to app settings, and the key is this my Redis connection string. Let's copy it, and I will paste it over here. And then we need to provide the instance name, right? So we'll copy this name and let's paste it over here, and let's say save. So as we have configured Azure cache for Redis, right? But now we want to inject it in this admin controller, right? So for that I will say private I distributed cache, say underscore cache, and let's inject it through constructor. So here I will say I distributed cache, and here I will say underscore cache is equal to cache. Now guys, before we write the further code, let's actually run our project and let's see if our cache has been configured successfully. So what I will do is I will simply add a debugger over here, okay, so that when the control reaches this line, we can simply see what are the contents of this variable, that is what are the contents of this underscore cache variable. So let's run. So as you can see, our debugger has been hit, and if I take my mouse to this underscore cache variable, see guys, it is the implementation of this Redis cache implementation, right? And if I expand this, we can see some values. So it looks like our cache has been correctly configured and it has been correctly injected in this controller. Okay, so let's stop this execution. And now here in this method, that is here in this API, we have to write our code to fetch this list of admins from cache. So obviously for the first time, that list, it will not be there in the cache. So for the first time we will fetch it from SQL database and we will save it in the cache, and for the subsequent calls we will simply retrieve and return this list from the cache. Okay, so again guys, that is really a simple and straightforward code, And again, in the interest of the time, I will pause this video and I will write that code. So guys, our code to use this Azure cache for Redis is ready, and I will quickly take you through this code. So first, observe this if block. So here we are saying, first, in this Azure cache for Redis, let's check if there is a string or if there is a key with name list of app admins. See guys, this is the key. So we are checking if there is any record with this key in this Azure cache for Redis. So obviously for the first time this cache is empty, and the record with this name, that is the record for the record which contains the list of our app admins, it is not there in this cache, right? So it will go to this if block, and again for the first time we are fetching this list from our SQL database, but at the same time we are adding this record in the cache as well. See guys, we are saying cache dot set string, and we are adding this key with name list of app admins, and we are storing the value in serialized format, and then we are returning this list. Now for the subsequent calls, again first we will check this if condition. Now this time, yes, we have this record in the cache with this name, right? So it will go to this else block, and now we are obtaining that record from this cache, and again we are deserializing and we are converting it in the list of string format, and finally we are returning this list of string, right? Now let's actually verify if this code works by adding a debugger. So what I will do is I will add a debugger on this line number 24, and let's run. And guys, you can see our project is running and the debugger has been hit. So here I will say go to next, and see guys, we are now in this if block because we cannot find this record in the cache, right? So for the first time we are fetching it from SQL database, and now we are setting this record in the cache, and now we are returning this record. Let's say continue, and yes, our API is working. Now let's call this API again. So I will say refresh, and now I will say go to next, and see guys, now it has gone to this else block. So it will now fetch the record from Redis cache. Let's say next, let's say next, let's say next, and I will say continue. And yes, again our API is working, but now it has fetched this record from cache.